Nice welcome to Gainesville and welcome to the SEC on ESPN. Inside the O'Connell Center where Florida's won 24 straight games and ranked number 7 in the early season. Mark Fox wants more scoring out of both of those guys. For 7th ranked Florida, this is the 7 different starting lineup they've had. Patrick Young back into the starting 5 after coming off of the bench on Saturday at Arkansas. So Georgia wins the tip off to a 2-0 start in SEC play for the first time in more than a decade.
Now, Georgia's going to want to run the shot clock down in the single digits in an effort to slow the basketball game down.
Here's Dante Williams.
As we talked about, Joe, short clock, under 10 right now for Georgia.
Gains an open look. In and out. And tipped into the hands of Uget. 5 years as head coach at Nevada. Georgia able to break some backcourt pressure.
Now, if you're Georgia, when you see pressure, you want to think layups and dunks. You want to attack it. Then if you don't have it, we're going to run good half-court offense.
Morris inside for the first bucket of the game. Brent win in overtime at Arkansas on Saturday. A game that was 7 ties and 13 lead changes. At another really hard place to play in Bud Walton Arena. Uget, the senior out of France, starts to score.
They're one of the top 10 in the country. I don't know how it can be.
Shot clock winding down. Man inside to Thornton, who's got
JV basketball. Teddy's calling the game in Wheeling, West by God, Virginia.
What'd you do?
Nothing. You can't say anything to Ted.
Wasn't a magic word?
No, just standing there. He didn't like the way I looked. He said he parted my hair on the wrong side.
Frazier with a nice upfit. Pistons, or by committee this year. The offensive numbers up.
Down under 10 on the shot clock again, Joe.
Man off the back iron with a long 3. Uget with a rebound. But a loose ball taken by Morris, and he scores to put Georgia back in front.
Never save the ball under the other team's basket.
Scotty Wilbekin sent the game into overtime on Saturday with an 8-footer with just 2 seconds. Wilbekin goes by Morris and finds Frazier for 3.
I watched practice and rebound. That's when we got better as a basketball team.
He was really tough on his group early on about the defense and the rebound. Young bullies the smaller defender and scores with the left hand.
Bully is a great word because he big boyed him right there.
Looks like a football player. 6'9", 240. Senior out of Jacksonville, 3-year starter for this Gators team. Morris is open. Here's Wilbekin. Finney Smith. Wilbekin for 3. Got it.
We know this isn't a great three-point shooting team that Florida has outside of Michael Frazier. But when Scotty Wilbekin's making threes, it makes things so much. And you know why Georgia goes zone? Because Frazier's not in the game right now.
Wilbekin is, though. Good job by Parker to close out. Force a short shot. Georgia's got to be able to capitalize in these situations in transition, and they do it.
Baskets, fast break points, second shot opportunities.
Florida having a bit of a difficulty against this Georgia zone in the first 2 possessions. Wilbekin given space. Finney Smith given more for 3. That's actually Devon Wall.
Alabama for Florida, for Georgia would help prepare them for this game. Why? Anthony Grant, Billy Donovan, former assistant, they press like Florida presses. So you thought that game Saturday would prepare them well for pressure today.
Uget with a soft finish. During shoot-around today, Billy Donovan kept on saying, you can't get bored in the half court against this Georgia team. Uget again.
And that's a nice move out of a 6'8" guy.
Already 6 for Yagat, which is more than his season average. On the floor more for his defense, which leads to this offense.
He is a wonderful press player at the 4 because he can cover ground. And how about this little crossover Euro?
Yeah,
out of the big fella.
Out of France. 8 Georgia turnovers, leading to half of Florida's points so far. Bulldogs need somebody to hit a shot. Gaines will try. Way off the mark.
Despite the miss, Joe, good offense. They trapped. It was the second pass out of the trap, and Gaines had a good look.
Frazier with the reverse. It's getting away from Georgia right now. Timeout, Mark Fox.
30-second timeout. 30-second time.
This is what's best for the team, coach. I'll go to the 2. That's one of the reasons why this team's number 7 in the country. Wonderful team chemistry.
Good veteran leadership. 4 seniors on this Florida roster. Good balance, too. 5 players averaging in double figures. Patrick Young is one of them.
You know he loves to go left shoulder jump hook. Wonderful defense on the contest.
More pressure. Wilbekin to Finney Smith.
A honey badger with the steal.
And another timeout for Coach Fox, who says settle down, but it's getting away from Georgia.
Shot opportunities. And if those things aren't there, then execute your offense in the half court. Execute your way through trouble. Don't try to shoot your way out of trouble.
Parker tries to and rips it. Just like you said, right, Coach?
Parker said, I got this.
Yagat having a good game in the offensive end. He's got 8.
But that can't happen. You labor and work for an open 3 in the corner, and they get a transition basket.
Yagat leads all scorers with those 8 points on the floor for his defense. A lot of those points, though, coming from his defense. Parker again to the rim, lays it in. A couple of those shot by man this year. 3rd most in the SEC, largely because he kind of sticks his head down and gets inside like that. Freedom of movement emphasis here favoring the offensive player. More often than not, there's the gunners there. Jacob Kurtz, former manager on the basketball team, with a chance for a 3-point play. Had him come down after a couple managers quit. Then had walk-on tryouts. He was the best one there. Gave him a spot on the team.
They said he was the best one by far.
Florida in transition. Finney Smith the again. Field goals during that stretch for the Bulldogs. Here's Yagat. Florida patient on this opening possession, a half number 2. Inside to Patrick Young. He's got 6.
He's developing a
10 to shoot. Yagat screen and roll. Wilbekin into a crowd. Finney Smith the 3.
Second step back, which creates the space for himself like he did against Arkansas, but he just couldn't finish the shot right there.
Picked the right spot to hit that shot. I think he'd take hitting it on Saturday versus here in a 20-point game. Man scores in a foul. Right?
A plus for Georgia, 12 turnovers at halftime, 12 turnovers still with 11:45 to play in the second half.
And within 16, and they need to hit some shots, but still hanging in there. There's Thornton for 2 more, leading the Dogs to begin conference play. 9 o'clock and then 11 tomorrow on ESPNU. Von Walker goes by Forte. Young, a strong rebound. Opening up Frazier, who can't seem to find the mark from 3. 1 of 7 for the SEC's top 3-point shooter. Here's Gaines. And Georgia continues to miss point blank with a chance to get back into this game. Frazier gets fouled.
But
with one more coming for Frazier.
Michael Frazier comes into the game. He's not shooting well today. 48% from behind the three-point line, which is third with respect to Georgia's offense, and they're doing that.
3 to shoot. Gaines gets a little bit of space. Forte a strong rebound. He goes back up in traffic and misses off the side of the rim. Frazier finally whips one.
Only a matter of time. You love his stroke. It's almost perfect. He just has the ball a little bit in front of his head, but I'd take that kid any day.
2 for 9 from outside now for the SEC's top three-point shooter.
The Honey Badgers. Wilbekin heading to the table again to check in.
Thornton. Frazier again. He said it was only a matter of time.
Nice. Let's go. You ready?
Yeah.
Right. Get back in there.
Yeah. Florida's answered a 6-0 Georgia run with an 11-1 run itself. With that 13 Young gets into double figures for the 5th consecutive game.
And the reason he's so open, a little guy guard sets a lower way screen, block to block. And Patrick Young just flashes to the basketball.
Scramble for it, pulled out by Gaines. Gaines goes by Young and knocks it down.
Going against that kind of competition in practice really helped this young guy improve.
Frazier with a storage
And Forte looked at Mark Fox on the bench, and Mark Fox just walked right down and is getting a sub in.
Can't give him that much room. Talked about it all shooter out.
I would have guys say, Coach, he's hot. You know what? If he's hot, don't let him catch it. Don't tell me he's hot.
Man response.
3-point basket for Charleston.
It was Man and Gaines for Georgia. And Florida's staff did just that. Little baseline runner action for Michael Frazier offensively.
Hill will try a 3 and knock it down.
He's not shooting a great percentage, but I like his stroke.
Only 4 for 21 from outside now. Casey Hill this year, freshman at a Montverde Academy in Florida.
How about that program? Right now sitting at #1 in the nation
Tim Dixon
in high school basketball. Kevin Sutton started that program, now an assistant at Georgetown. And Kevin Boyle came down from New Jersey and just picked up where Kevin left off.
Frazier with another 3. There's another
Come out of L.D. Williams and Gary Clark. And a beautiful campus just outside of Orlando.
Young with a good box out. Talking about high school talent, where these teams go for it as Finney Smith is open. Another Florida 3. 11th of the game for the Gators. Didn't feel like a shooter-out before Florida's game today. They went at it for a minute.
They really did.
2 shots.
He looked like Pops or what?
A little bit, yeah. Same expression.
And like I said, I hope he gets a shot on because it looks exactly like his dad. I go, Bill, I already worked out there because I'm going in the weight room. He's in there throwing iron around.
Billy Donovan coached his kids every second.
Exactly. I mean, there's no nonsense. He doesn't put up with any lax play.
I mean, it was a shooter. We saw just contrasting styles, and there's no right or wrong.
J.J. Frazier.
Still, though, a season low for Georgia in points. As Florida sets a new school record with its 25th consecutive win in the O-Dome. (72-50) the final score. Florida remains unbeaten in SEC play. Georgia suffers its first loss. Appreciate you tuning in. We send it back to the studio now to Anish Strong.